Top 10 celebrities Hollywood will never hire again. Hi, I'm Bridget Shields and let's get into today's video. Number 10. Cuba Gooding Jr. Back in 2019, the actor most famous for starring in A Few Good Men and Jerry Maguire was accused of forcibly touching a woman at a nightclub the year prior, which he has officially pleaded guilty to. This led many other women accusing him of misconduct, and he was subsequently charged for 3 incidents. Cuba Gooding Jr. has also had to publicly apologize to 2 other women who accused him of similar inappropriate behavior. The admission of guilt and the apology were made as a part of a plea deal, where Gooding told the judge that he in fact did kiss the waitress on her lips without her consent. However, his legal troubles do not end there, as since then more than 20 women have accused the actor of forcibly kissing or groping them, and these incidents stretch back 2 decades. Gooding has specifically faced a criminal trial over charges of unwanted touching with 3 women in 2018 and 2019, and the Manhattan District Attorney's Office has asked a judge to admit 19 other women who've had similar encounters to serve as witnesses. With the legal battles and accusations mounting against him, this once beloved actor has been blacklisted in Hollywood for good. Number 9. DaBaby. This one is pretty bad. 30-year-old rapper was accused of making remarks at a music festival concert in Miami last year. DaBaby told the crowd that if you didn't show up with any STIs, quote, that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put a cell phone light in the air. He actually referenced a particular STI that most commonly affects the queer community, much to everyone's collective outrage. In fact, he shouted many other questionable things at the crowd, mainly trying to hype them up with disparaging comments about gay men. Of course, his behavior quickly drew massive criticism online, and his attempt to clarify his views didn't help at all. He claimed that his intentions were to uplift his gay fans, who are disease-free because they are not, quote, nasty junkies. Naturally, DaBaby got ripped into by the LGBTQ+ community, Madonna, Elton John, and his collaborator Dua Lipa. He was booted from the 2022 Lollapalooza tour and had a concert in Atlanta called off as well, as the fashion brand Boohoo Man bolting on a deal with him and radio stations putting his music into timeout. As far as his career is concerned, the rapper is now completely unbankable. Number 8. Gina Carano. The former MMA fighter turned Mandalorian star enraged some fans with a series of politically charged social media posts. Her most damning remark came in February of 2021, when she compared modern American political polarization to the genocide committed during World War II on an Instagram story, saying, quote, how is that any different from hating someone for their political views? The actress also mocked the use of face masks on Twitter in November 2020 and repeated claims of voter fraud from the 2020 presidential election. Aside from spreading misinformation, she also said on Twitter that her preferred pronouns are bebop boop, which was basically making fun of transgender people. Carano tried to defend herself by saying she wasn't mocking trans people, but exposing the bullying mentality of the mob that has taken over the voices of many genuine causes. In the wake of her controversial comments, the hashtag #FireGinaCarano began trending on Twitter, and Disney quickly severed ties with the actress. She will not be returning as Cara Dune in The Mandalorian or in any upcoming Star Wars films. She was even dropped by her management company, United Talent Agency, and that's pretty much it for her career in Hollywood. Number 7. James Franco. The controversy started back when James Franco went on Instagram in 2014 and asked a British girl he met outside of a theater in New York if she was 18. After she told him that she was 17, Franco then asked for the name of the hotel she was staying at and if he could get a room there. But after the encounter went viral in an interview on ABC's Live with Kelly and Michael in 2018, 5 female students at his Studio 4 acting school in North Hollywood told the Los Angeles Times that Franco had taken advantage of his position in order to make predatory advances on them. 2 students eventually decided to sue him, and Franco ended up forking out over $2.2 million. This series of events left his reputation in shambles, and even Seth Rogen, his longtime collaborator and friend, dropped him, telling the Times of London that the scandal changed their relationship and that he has no plans to work with Franco in the future. Since 2019, the actor has not appeared on the big or small screen and appears to have stepped back from acting altogether. Number 6. Faye Dunaway. In July of 2019, the Post reported that the Mummy Dearest actress, who is now 81, had created a hostile work environment while working working on a play in Boston where she allegedly slapped a crew member on set. That same year, she was being sued by her former personal assistant in Manhattan Supreme Court, who alleged she regularly and relentlessly subjected him to, quote, demeaning tirades and used his sexual orientation as a gay man to demean and humiliate him. Dunway subsequently got fired from the Broadway-bound show Tea at 5. In a statement, its producers said that they had terminated their relationship with the Bonnie and Clyde actress. Her dismissal comes 2 years on from her appearance at the 2017 Oscars, when she mistakenly named La La Land as the year's Best Picture. Although the Oscars blunder may have been forgiven, her toxic behavior as an actress most certainly was not. Number 5. James Charles. While the high-profile beauty YouTuber has been involved in multiple controversies since becoming a celebrity, there was one in particular which ended up becoming the nail in the coffin for his career. In 2021, James Charles faced allegations of grooming from a 16-year-old fan and allegations of sending explicit messages to minors, specifically accusing him of sending nude photographs and pressuring them into inappropriate conversations on Snapchat. Then, in April of 2021, Charles addressed the allegations in a YouTube video titled Holding Myself Accountable, but that only served to dig him deeper into the hole as he admitted to the fact that he had sent the messages to minors. As the backlash intensified, his career prospects as a celebrity makeup artist dwindled. A YouTube spokesperson said that the platform had temporarily suspended monetization of his channel, and Morphe, a makeup company that Charles had worked with since 2016, announced on Twitter that they had severed ties from the influencer. Not to mention that Variety reported he would no longer be the host of the YouTube TV series Instant Influencer. Number 4. Shia LaBeouf. The 35-year-old actor is now completely unhireable in Hollywood after allegations made by FKA Twigs in 2021, who dated LaBeouf for roughly a year after meeting him on the set of Honey Boy. The singer made headlines after she filed a bombshell lawsuit, alleging that he was physically and verbally violent towards her during their relationship, and most disturbingly, that he knowingly infected her with an STD, as well as claims that he had been shooting stray dogs with a gun in order to get into character for his film The Tax Collector. The lawsuit has brought into question the career prospects for LaBeouf, who became known in Hollywood for battling demons in public. She even described a time when they were both in a car speeding towards Los Angeles. LaBeouf was driving recklessly and removed his seatbelt, threatening to crash the car unless she professed her love for him. Since then, he has been dropped by his talent agency and had various upcoming projects cancelled. Number 3. Marilyn Manson. In February 2021, actress Evan Rachel Wood posted on Instagram that Manson, quote, started grooming me when I was a teenager, going on to say, quote, I am here to expose this dangerous man and call out the many industries that have enabled him before he ruins any more lives. Since then, more than a dozen women have come forward with allegations against Manson. 4 of them, including Game of Thrones actress Esma Bianco, had filed lawsuits against him. But although the singer has denied the claims, Manson's record label, Loma Vista, severed ties with him in February last year. It was also announced that his role in the Starz TV show American Gods would be cut, and an episode of The Creep Show set to star Manson was dropped from the AMC series. His manager said goodbye and CAA no longer reps him. Weeks later, HBO released Wood's documentary Phoenix Rising, which details her allegations. And in November of 2021, the LA County Sheriff's Department searched Manson's home in relation to an assault allegation and seized several items. Number 2. Louis C.K. Once the hottest ticket in comedy, Louis C.K. was absolutely killing it in Hollywood until a group of female comics revealed that he liked to drop his pants in front of them and pleasure himself without their consent. The comedian admitted to the lewd acts following the publication of an investigative story in the New York Times in 2017, releasing a detailed statement on what he did and an apology to the women. But the scandal had already snowballed and became much too big for him to recover professionally. This led to the scrapping of his movie I Love You Daddy and the cancellation of a TV deal with FX and a string of already booked performances. His management company and publicist also dropped him. According to the comedian's own count, being cancelled has cost him around $35 million in earnings. Yikes. And coming in at number 1, Kevin Spacey. Things went downhill for the House of Cards actor in 2017 when the actor Anthony Rapp, who starred in the musical Rent, accused Spacey of physically trying to seduce him at a party in 1986 when Rapp was only 14 years old. Spacey claimed to have no memory of the incident and offered a public apology for what he says was just down to deeply inappropriate drunken behavior. But things got progressively worse for him, and he was then accused of groping actor Harry Dreyfus, who called him a predator. What followed was several allegations of misconduct involving multiple cast members from House of Cards, around 30 claims to be exact, all dating back to 1983. The results? Well, Spacey was fired from his Netflix show House of Cards, and his already filmed scenes in All the Money in the World. They were all deleted. And he was dumped by his agents at CAA and his publicist, not to mention a charity Spacey started in 2018 to help young people break into theater was completely shut down. Safe to say, Kevin Spacey's name has been tarnished forever, and he will never recover from the weight of the allegations against him. Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.